It started on what seemed like an ordinary afternoon on a Los Angeles film set. The cameras stood poised, lights blazing, crew waiting for action, but Paula Prentiss had mysteriously disappeared. Just moments earlier, she'd been laughing beside her co-star, her voice filling the stage with energy. Then suddenly, she was gone. Hours slipped by before concern turned into alarm. The studio offered a vague explanation: exhaustion. They said, yet rumors quickly spread that Paula had suffered a severe emotional collapse, the kind of episode Hollywood preferred to keep hidden. For the actress known for her brilliance, humor, and radiant charm, this wasn't just another tabloid story. It was the cry of someone who had spent years pretending that everything was fine, while slowly unraveling behind the curtain of perfection. Beneath the luminous smile and effortless wit was a woman locked in an inner battle, trying desperately to hold together a life that fame had made glittering but fragile. Her journey had begun far from the Hollywood spotlight. Paula Ragusa entered the world on March 4, 1938, in San Antonio, Texas, into a close-knit Italian-American family rooted in tradition and love. From childhood, she was tall, full of life, and naturally funny qualities that would one day make her unforgettable. But the young Paula wasn't the glamorous beauty audiences would later adore. She was quirky, unpolished, the class clown, who had everyone laughing during school plays and family get-togethers. Her parents valued education and encouraged her to study first, dream later. She listened, enrolling at Northwestern University, and it was there that destiny stepped in, introducing her to a man who would change her world: Richard Benjamin. Their story wasn't the stuff of instant movie romance. Paula was focused, ambitious, immersed in her studies. Richard, another theater student, had his own dreams but no Hollywood connections. They spent long nights rehearsing lines, discussing plays, and slowly, friendship turned into something deeper. Their bond became her anchor, a steady presence that would later help her survive the chaos of show business. During those college years, a Hollywood talent scout happened to notice Paula, tall, striking with that unmistakable voice and irresistible energy. She was offered a screen test, and before long, her quiet college life transformed into something she could never have imagined. Her film debut came in the early 1960s, when she starred opposite Jim Hutton in Where the Boys Are. The audience was immediately captivated. Paula's comedic rhythm was perfect, her smile magnetic, her screen presence undeniable. She wasn't the delicate, soft-spoken archetype Hollywood adored in that era. She was bold, sharp, and refreshingly real. MGM recognized her potential and quickly began pairing her with top male leads, molding her image as a unique, unconventional star. But with success came suffocating pressure. Studios expected flawlessness. Publicists dictated her words, her wardrobe, even her laughter. The carefree woman who once joked her way through college now had to calculate every move. In 1961, Paula married Richard Benjamin, a rare Hollywood union that seemed almost too perfect to last. Together, they became the golden couple, charming, clever, and genuinely devoted to each other. Yet even love isn't immune to fame's glare. Both were actors, both ambitious, and at times competition crept quietly between them. Paula's rise was swift, starring in hits like *Man's Favorite Sport* and *The World of Henry Orient*. Her natural comedic brilliance made her a scene stealer, often outshining her leading men. But behind her laughter was a growing unease, the realization that Hollywood was trying to shape her into something she wasn't. Then came the moment that would change everything. In the mid-1960s, while filming another project, Paula's inner turmoil reached its limit. Endless working hours, scrutiny from the press, and the crushing demands of perfection finally became unbearable. She broke down what was then called a nervous breakdown. Hollywood didn't talk about mental health. It swept such matters under the rug. The studio quietly removed her from upcoming roles, offering no explanation while speculation ran wild. Paula withdrew from the public eye, choosing recovery over reputation. Through it all, Richard stood beside her, unwavering in his loyalty. In a business where relationships often crumble under pressure, his support became her salvation. When Paula eventually reemerged, she was no longer the same. The experience had transformed her. She was calmer, more thoughtful, more protective of her creative freedom. She no longer accepted roles that felt hollow or demeaning. In the late 1960s and early 1970s, she found new purpose in television, joining Richard in the witty and forward-thinking sitcom He and She. Though it lasted only one season, critics adored it. Their chemistry was effortless, a reflection of their real-life connection, and Paula's performance proved that she was far more than just a pretty face. She was a powerhouse of timing, intelligence, and emotion. But time is cruel in Hollywood, especially to women who dare to age. The offer slowed, the spotlight dimmed. Paula began stepping back, choosing instead to focus on her marriage, her home life, and supporting Richard's growing career as a director. Still, she never truly disappeared. Every now and then she'd return in unforgettable roles, like her haunting performance in The Parallax, view alongside Warren Beatty, a reminder of her depth, her strength, and her undeniable presence on screen. In later years, Paula faced her greatest challenges away from Hollywood's gaze. Life brought her both triumphs and losses, joy and heartbreak. She watched as the industry she once knew transformed, moving away from the thoughtful, character-driven storytelling she loved. Yet, she didn't resent it. Instead, she embraced a quieter life filled with meaning, focusing on her family, her enduring marriage, and the creative projects that nourished her spirit rather than drained it. The woman who had once crumbled under the immense pressure of fame had, in the end, rebuilt herself. She had learned that peace mattered more than prestige, and that survival was a victory in its own right. Today, when fans revisit her photographs, that radiant smile, that mischievous twinkle in her eyes, they see not just a movie star, but a survivor. Someone who walked through the chaos of Hollywood and emerged stronger, wiser, and at peace with herself. Paula Prentiss's journey serves as a quiet reminder of what lies beyond the glossy veneer of fame. Behind every photograph is a story of resilience, of battles fought in silence, and of courage hidden behind laughter. Her warmth, her humor, and her authenticity continue to resonate with those who remember her, proof that the real Paula was never gone. She simply stepped back to live life on her own terms. And when you look at those unguarded moments, the candid snapshots away from the flashing lights, you don't just see an actress, you see a woman who learned that her most powerful role wasn't written by a screenwriter or captured by a camera. It was written by her own strength. If Paula Prentiss's incredible story moved you, her humor, her heart, her resilience, take a second to give this video a thumbs up, share it with others who remember her brilliance, and don't forget to subscribe for more timeless stories from Hollywood's golden age.